Good enough.
In the previous episode, I showed you how I've started building my foundation with blocks. I laid the foundation for my small house, but it wasn't without its challenges. There were some mistakes, some of which I've fixed immediately, and some I will fix now. It's time to continue building the walls, one layer at a time. It was the end of August when I was still in the middle of my wall foundation build. I was not rushing too much. I thought that I had plenty of time before winter. Spoiler alert, I was wrong, but this will come in the next episode. As you can see, we've reached the third layer. I've also secured the sewage pipe cover with concrete to prevent any movement during the final pour. The old pipe location was filled with a cut block to tidy things up. With the third layer in place, I decided to add some extra reinforcement using rebars. It wasn't strictly necessary, but I had some leftovers, and why not? Working alone sometimes is really hard, as I was lacking a third hand or someone to help, but it is how it is. I had to get creative to maneuver the 12-meter long rebar and cut it to size for the shorter walls. I didn't cut them to exact dimensions as I wanted to bend them in the corners. Haven't subscribed yet? What are you waiting for? Watch one man build his dream home solo. Well, this one I cut to size as the other steel rebars were longer and already bent in the corners. After a full day at work, I'd pushed through the evening, driven by my passion for this project. With the sun casting long shadows, I persisted, determined to make progress. All the rebars are in place, I can move on. When I finally measured the walls, I was shocked to discover they were uneven and slightly bowed. This realization was a major setback, but I knew I had to find a solution. In the previous video, I showed you when and how it happened. At that time, I had enough of putting the blocks. I had to switch to something else and create a plan how to fix it. With the old concrete still in place, I knew I had to clear the area, but the recent heavy rains had complicated matters. The concrete was now covered in a layer of mud, making the cleanup process even more difficult. I didn't know how to start with this. I was trying different methods at the beginning to find the right one. I put drainage pipes in my footings to allow water to drain from the slab to the excavation. But the rain was so hard that something opposite happened. Water, sand, and dirt drain in from the excavation onto my slab. There was massive cleaning needed too. But first I need to get rid of this old concrete. I woke up early and headed to the site, hoping to make some progress. But the sight that greeted me was disheartening. The mess was overwhelming, and it was clear that cleaning it up would take much longer than I had anticipated.
You may wonder what happened here. When I was laying the first layer of concrete from our crawl space, I ordered too much concrete, and to smooth everything and level, I was moving away the concrete from the digging, and it was a little bit too much, and now it's all covered with mud.
I think that this hard work deserves at least a like or even a subscription. Show some love, hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing content.
Tragedia. Spróbujmy negocjatora. My dad was a miner, so I'm using this axe to it was raining 2 weeks ago and there is mud everywhere.
It took me an incredible amount of time and was really exhausting. The effort was worth it. The concrete and sand were removed, allowing for proper drainage.
People got different hobbies. After a full day in the office, they're going to a gym, for a movie, and I'm going to swing the shovel on the construction site.
But the challenges weren't over. The rain had taken its toll, coating all 4 sides of the excavation in mud. To make matters worse, parts of the excavation had collapsed, filling the space with dirt. The rain had caused significant damage to the excavation. I had to carefully remove the dirt from the collapsed sections. Fortunately, this was the only time the walls failed. Subsequent rain showers, while intense, didn't lead to further collapses. As I told you in my previous videos, I'm building extended crawl space. This will not be a full basement, as I can't have it in my area, but it will be taller than usual, and every crawl space needs good ventilation. Now, I'm covering pipes for the ventilation chimney. I don't want to have a ventilation grill. I don't like it. It was cheaper, but I decided to go with a different solution. As of now, I don't want to install the chimney, but I need to have a hole prepared for it for the future. From one pipe, I'm making two covers. Here, you can see a ventilation pipe on top and a cover for sewage pipes that will go to the garage and garden office. In the previous episode, I was drilling holes for vertical rebars, and now I want to use epoxy glue to put them in. But before that, the holes have to be cleaned, and I have a special pump for cleaning those holes. With the holes thoroughly cleaned, I'll prepare to apply epoxy to the rebar and fill the holes in the foundation footings. The hot sun caused the epoxy to harden almost instantly. I had to replace the tip and store the glue in a shaded area to prevent further issues.
Let's keep it in the shadow.
To compensate for the initial measurement mistakes, I made small adjustments to the block placement on the 4th and 5th layers. I'm now carefully measuring to verify if the walls are aligned with the original blueprint. Drumroll. Please, the first block of the final layer has been laid. It's a momentous occasion, though unfortunately I wasn't able to capture it on time-lapse. Take my word for it, this milestone has been achieved. Alright, but before the final layer, I had to mark the center of the wall. This is the place where the beam that supports the floor will be placed. Alright, the wall is ready. Next up, I need to drill some holes for the cables. One for the main power, another for the garden, and one for the gate. I know it's overkill for such small cables, but hey, it's always good to be prepared. You never know what the future might hold. So I ended up drilling 6 holes from the inside and 6 from the outside.
Okay, big moment. Let's check the measurements. Perfect. Almost 585. Good enough. Five 5 millimeters. 586. No, it's more like 585. meters 43 centimeters. Should be 44, so it's like 5 millimeters. Good enough. Eleven 43. Perfect. It's a little bit more.
I measured the length, width and diagonals. Not perfect, but it's a lot better than it was. I'll make sure the next steps are more precise. To support the floor joists, I'll be installing 5 posts in the center of the floor. These posts will bear the weight of the floor system. As you can see, I am carefully following the blueprint for all measurements. Those blocks will be like a post footing. Again, it was not required, but I have so many leftovers from the walls that I've decided to make use of it. You might notice a shadow on the left wall above the third layer of blocks. This is where I corrected the wall's slight bow. To address the bowing issue, I strategically adjusted the position of the third and fourth layers. By shifting blocks inward and outward, I significantly reduced the discrepancy from 3 centimeters to just 5 millimeters. To prevent future bowing, I've been using shims or spacers to maintain the string's alignment and avoid direct string-to-wall contact. I was really trying to avoid the top layer of concrete and formworks, but the walls are so out of level that I have to do it. Remember to subscribe to see the results. And this is what I will be sharing on the next episode: formworks for posts, foundation ring beam, and the final concrete pour. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Stay safe and healthy.